Am I the asshole for buying my grandparents' house and screwing my family out of their inheritance? So I, 28 male, used to take care of both my grandparents from the time I was roughly 19. My grandparents' health started to go downhill and none of my 7 uncles or my mom really wanted to help out much, so I ended up moving back in with them to help out as much as I could. My grandpa was in a wheelchair and my grandma had just gone into remission from cancer. Around 2020, when COVID started to become a serious concern, my grandma was seriously wondering what would happen if her or my grandpa died, because they would not be able to live in their house that they had owned since around the mid-1960s. It is, according to my grandma, an old governor's mansion from the 1800s. It has 10-bedroom 5 bathrooms on 15 acres of land. When they bought it, it needed a ton of work, and they have spent the last 60 years making it a wonderful home, and both wanted to die in that house. They had raised all their children in that house and even some grandchildren. It is the family hub. Everyone had grown up here. After one bad health scare with my grandpa realized that if she lost him she would no longer be able to afford the house with losing half of her income. So I offered to buy the house from them. I have a fairly high-paying job for my area, and because I had been living there rent-free while taking care of them, I had quite a large saving. Originally I told her I would just give her the money or help her out, but she didn't want charity, so she and my grandpa sold me the house for $90,000, roughly 10% of the property's value, and I would let her live there until she died, which of course I would, because they knew I would keep the house in the family, and most of my uncles and my mom just wanted to sell it for a quick buck. Only one uncle, Josh, knew about them selling me the house and didn't mind at all, because me and him had almost exclusively done all the maintenance or house work on it for years. Unfortunately, my grandpa died in April 2021, and after that my grandma's youngest sister moved in to spend time with her because they were both widows and could emotionally support each other. So I took advantage of the COVID interest rates and bought another house about 10 minutes away so I could still be close by if she needed anything but have my own freedoms. Sadly, last week my grandma passed away, and after the funeral the whole family gathered for her will reading. My uncles all got nice items. My uncle Josh got my grandpa's old 1940–1950s Ford truck. My mom got all my grandma jewelry. I got nothing. Because I already got the house. The reading ended. All of my relatives were confused about the house and asked the lawyer, to which she said the house was already sold. Well, it didn't take long for them to put 2 and 2 together, and I am now getting harassed by most of my family saying I fucked them and they need the money from the sale of the house, and some have even threatened to sue me if I don't sell the house and give them their rightful inheritance. So am I the asshole for screwing out of their inheritance? Not the asshole. They chose to sell the house to you. I assume you didn't coerce them into selling or the price. It is legally yours now, not much they can do. You may want to consult with an attorney to be safe. Not the asshole. They aren't entitled to your grandparents' assets. They could have donated it all to charity if they wanted. What are they going to sue you for? For taking care of your grandparents when they wouldn't step up? Not the asshole. You took care of your grandparents with no expectation of benefiting. Your grandmother made you a deal and you took it. Tough for the rest of the family. Not the asshole. As long as your grandmother was of sound mind when she sold you the house, you're good. This is what happened when people assume they will just get a share of that isn't theirs to begin with. They all had the opportunity to find out what grandmother was planning to do with the house and didn't ask. Must suck to be them. Info. What happened to the $90,000 you paid for $900,000 property? Hope you have a good lawyer.